Have you ever had the best day of your life? Because I have, and I want to tell you about it. But before I do, I just have a few things that I would like to discuss first. For one, I just filmed this whole video in 60 frames per second, which is normal for like YouTube. Like now it's normal. I'm filming in 30 frames per second, so it's not as good as my normal videos, I guess. So I'm filming in 30 frames per second, and I hope this works. But anyway, so the point of me telling you this, I had filmed in 60 frames per second, like 10 minutes of me just rambling about my best day of my life, whatever. And I have all my clips of the best day of my life on my phone, and my phone films in 30 frames per second, and I'd filmed 10 minutes of footage in 60 frames per second. And last time I've tried to put the 2 and 2 together, the video comes out terrible. The 60 frames per second lasts and it's great, but the phone quality goes to like 12 frames per second, and it's like 3 pixels. So I learned my lesson. I was like, not gonna do that, but you can just see, you can see it in my eyes of realizing what I did. And it just, I filmed for 10 minutes, but to be fair, I rambled, and like I'm probably gonna ramble in this too, so I'm sorry. But anyway, now that we got that over with, I'm sorry the quality's not gonna be as good, but I had to film with my phone because the place I went to for the best day of my life, I didn't think they would let me take my camera in, because I went to the Overwatch League, as I don't know if you guys remember or not. I went to the Overwatch League to watch them play Overwatch because I wanted to have that experience. And the first time I went, I took my camera. My camera is simple. It's a Canon G7X. It looks a little bit fancier than just like a regular picture-taking camera. However, when I pulled it out of my bag, they were like, that's a professional camera. You can't have that in there. I feel like that's like a compliment, but it's also kind of being like, please let me take this in here because it's got good quality and I don't want to use my phone. My phone's old. She's not holding on for very long. You feel me? And they made me take it back. I had to take it back to the car because it was a professional looking camera. And I knew the place I was going to, I knew they didn't allow that. And so I didn't want to like wait in line and get up to the front and open my backpack and they'd be like, that's a professional camera, you gotta take that back. And then I'd have to run back to the car in downtown LA where it's sketchy to begin with. But anyway, so the story, you ready for the story? Best day of my life. Best day of my life. I know you'd probably be like, oh, okay, the best day of your life is gonna be when you get married, or it's gonna be when you have your first kid, or not first kid, all kids. If I have kids, the best day of your life was when you got Thor. The best day of your life is when you moved to LA. The best day of your life is when you met person. Like there's a lot of good days, but like this is the best day of my life so far. So far. Maybe the future holds more, but so far this was the best day of my life, and I'll tell you why. So I don't know if you guys remember, if you watched my Japan videos, in one of the videos, Thor's trying to get in here. Come on, demon. You're welcome. In my Japan videos, you can see me trying to buy BTS tickets because we're going on a world tour. They are on a world tour, and they're gonna come to LA. And when I found that out, I found out I was going to be in Tokyo when the tickets went on sale, and I was like, oh, okay. So the tickets went on sale, I don't remember what day, but they went on sale at 10 a.m. LA time. Ready? Which makes that the next day 2 a.m. in Tokyo, which is where I was. And so I had to, I had a whole day of doing wonderful things in Japan, and then at night I like got ready for bed, and then I had to stay up until 2 a.m. on a website that I thought was the right website, but it like wasn't, and I didn't get tickets, and it was a mess. It was a mess, and we had to wake up the next day like at 4 a.m. to go to Mount Fuji. It was a mess. I got tickets in the end from like Ticketmaster or something, and I wasn't sure if they were gonna be good seats, because online didn't show you much. It showed like the stage was here, and then like here were the seats, and then this was floor, and we had tickets like right here that were they were pretty pricey. And so I was like, don't know how I feel about this, but okay, as long as I can hear them. I just want to hear them sing. If I see them, that'll be great, but I want to hear their music with my ears in person, you know? It's weird too, because like a year ago, I stood on top of a car to look over a fence to hear their singing in person, but like I wanted to be there. I wanted to be a part of that, you know? Anyway, concerts. This is like my first concert I've bought tickets to myself. All the other concerts was either like Warped Tour, it was a birthday present or stuff. Like it was gifted to me, but this one, like this was my first big girl concert, you know? Does that make sense? Probably not. Okay, got the tickets and then I had to wait all summer for this date, September 6th. As the day was approaching, the big day, the wonderful day, the day that Kate sees BTS IRL in face to face, I can look into their eyes and profess my love. Kinda. The day was approaching and every single night I would have nightmares of me dying, and I don't know if that was like anxiety or excitement or if it was like premonitions. Like I didn't know. I was like, I'm gonna get in a car accident on the way there. Something's gonna happen to me. I'm not gonna see BTS. It's gonna be the worst day of my life. The day comes, I didn't know what to wear because like I wanted to stand out, but I also didn't want to stand out because like I wanted them to see me, but I also didn't want them to see me. Like I really didn't want them to see me because like it's nice kind of being anonymous, you know? Because like I'm just ARMY. They don't know me. They don't know what I look like. They don't know how weird I am. They don't know how lonely I am. Their music just helps me and they don't have to know. So I ended up wearing just a plain white t-shirt. I had my little Tata headband, but I didn't wear it in the concert because I got self-conscious because I was like, what if they see it? So I didn't wear it. I picked my outfit and I was like, okay, I'm ready to go to the concert. And Skylar's like, Kate, the concert doesn't start for another 7 hours. I'm like, I'm ready to go to the concert. Let's go. So I had to like sit and wait because there was nothing else I wanted to do. I was so nervous and I was so excited and I was so anxious. I was like, I bet they're performing right now and like yada yada yada. I was so everything, all the emotions. But amazingly, the one thing I didn't feel that day was anxiety. That's like the one day in years I have not felt anxiety, and it was weird for starters, but like awesome. So 4 hours before the concert and I'm already ready. I'm like, okay, Skylar, listen, I figured this out. Listen, Skylar, so it's gonna take an hour to get there, right? And then it's probably gonna take like an hour to find parking because it's downtown LA. And if you live in LA, if you visited LA, you know. Okay, you know. It's like it's gonna take forever to find parking and it's at the Staples Center, and so like the line is gonna be super long because it's BTS. Like people have been lined up for days. So that's already 3 hours on our plate, and like I don't want us to like wait in line and then try to find the seats and then that we have an hour left and I wanna get there before like everything happens because what if it's super busy? Like what if we need to get merch, blah blah blah. So I was like panicking. He's like, Kate, calm down. Calm down. It's not gonna take us an hour. It's not gonna take us an hour to find parking. It's not gonna take us an hour to wait in line. And I was like, yes it is, don't you understand? This is BTS. This is everything to me. I was just really excited, okay? I'm not gonna vlog the whole thing. I just wanted to vlog a little bit of it. You can see my butt. I wanna vlog a little bit of it just to kind of remember this stuff because I filmed when I saw them at Jimmy Kimmel and I stood on top of a car because I'm that person. And so I go back to that a lot and I watch it and I'm like, I can't believe I saw them, and now I'm like, I'm gonna see them even closer now and I'm freaking out. Okay, anyways, hope you guys have a great day and hope you enjoy this video, and I hope the screams aren't too loud, even though I know they're gonna be really loud, so I hope it's not gonna affect anything that I've got going on in here. 3 hours until the concert. I'm like, okay, we gotta go, please. It's actually gonna take an hour to drive there. Parking, maybe 30 minutes, and then we have to walk to the venue, and then waiting in line 30 minutes. That's like 2 hours. Please, let's just go. And he's like, okay, let's go. He's like, I know you're like anxious, I know you're excited, let's just go. And I was like, yeah! So we went, got in the car, we drove, I was super excited, we listened to the album, and I was like, I'm gonna hear this in real life, and I can do that thing that people do. I'll show you later in the video. It's everywhere, I've seen it everywhere, and I was like, I'm never gonna get the chance to do that, but yo girl did it, and it's the best decision I ever made. Quick update, we left, we are on our way, we stopped at a gas station, and I am nervous, but I'm excited, and I feel everything. I'm feeling all the emotions, except anxiety, which is great. Is this what it's like to live life without anxiety? Oop, there's a man, there's a man, there's a man. Hello. And we're back. Okay, so it is currently, I don't know what time it is. I think it's like 5:10. Concert starts at 8. We're quite far away from it. Not too far, like an hour. And then it's gonna take like 30 minutes to find parking. And then we can wait in line. I brought my diva jacket just in case they see it. Just throwing that out there. But it's also like burning up, like super hot. So I don't know, I hope maybe it's a little bit chillier on the inside, but we'll find out. We magically found parking in a decent spot. Now we're walking. I'm freaking out, man.
You ready?
Freaking out. We get parking and we start walking towards the Staples Center. and you just see people everywhere. They have little keychains like I have. They have their little BT21 keychains.
I'm freaking out. 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 I'm freaking out there and there.
So we're walking up and you just see like this line of people, and like my insides kind of dropped, and I was like, if I have to wait in that, I'm gonna be so sad. But turns out those were actual people waiting for the next concert. They had tents and everything. It was crazy. It's like they were camping out, which kind of seemed fun, but I'm not gonna ever go to those links. Maybe I may go to those links. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, so we walk up and I was expecting a line, and I was like, where's the line? Where do we go? There has to be a line. Where do we go? And this one lady's like, oh, just go down this way and show them your little phone ticket, because the tickets were on the phone, and I don't know. So we walk over and I was like, oh, this is the seating. She's like, oh, just go that way. And I was like, okay. So I was walking all excited, and we go up and we go through security, and they're like, oh, okay, let me see what seats you have. Oh yeah, you're just gonna go down that hall until you can't go straight anymore, then you're gonna turn right and someone will help you down there. And I was like, okay. Walk through, and I can just hear the music, because they were like playing the music in the stadium, and people were singing along with it. The whole thing, everything was great. And we were walking, and then we walk up and we're like, okay, this is gonna be where we walk in. And when I walk through, and I wanted to film like walking through, and so I start filming, and then the guy's like, oh, you're on the other side, and we're like, oh, okay. And we had to walk back out. I didn't even get to look up at everything. I was literally holding my phone like this because I wanted to make sure I got the shot.
Only 2 seats.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that side? Okay. So we need to go around or? Okay.
I'm an idiot. Find our seats, and when we found our seats and I sat down, my hands just started going like this. And I was like, we are so close to the stage. And as you can see, we were so close to the stage, because BTS is awesome, and they had the Google Images was like stage, and then here are the seats, and here's the floor. BTS had stage, 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 floor, and then seats, and so they would be able to see everybody, which is awesome. Also kind of terrifying, but awesome. We sit there and we had like an hour and a half to kill, and I could not stop shaking. I was so nervous and so excited, and I was so close, and I was gonna see them live, and I was like, they're backstage right now, and oh, everything about this was like, oh, even now it's like making me feel things. Oh, I feel all the things. So musicians have these things called light sticks, and sometimes they name them, and BTS has one called the Army Bomb, because they're BTS. And I'm not gonna say their Korean name because I get really shy when I'm saying it, but it means Bulletproof Boy Scouts. So they have like an army bomb, but anyway, and that's why we're army. But anyway, so the point of it, so everyone around it, like the whole stadium, they all had army bombs. And I haven't gotten one because I'm like, they're like $80. Like everyone around me had army bombs. So I was like, man, I kind of feel left out. Like, but also the thing, I didn't want to like hold something the whole concert, but like I wanted to hold something the whole concert, but like I didn't want to hold, and like, cause you do like the whole like woo doo doo doo. I don't know if that's just Kate being shy or introverted or what, but I just felt like, I don't know, you guys know what it looks like. Anyway, so Skylar notices me looking at all the army bombs, and he's like, do you want one? And I was like, well, thinking about it. He's like, okay. Sits there for a little, and he's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And he goes to the bathroom, and I'm like, is this boy really gonna pretend like I don't know what he's doing? So lo and behold,
Look what Skylar went and got me. Look at this. Look at it. It's so cool.
the lights dim, different music happens, and everyone starts screaming. Now let me say something. I've heard people scream, you know. People screamed at my Harry Styles concert. People screamed at Warped Tour. I've just heard lots of screams in my life. I have never, ever in my lifetime heard that intense and that loud of just screams. Like oof, man, you need ear something. Ear something, because oh Lord, it was loud. It was really loud. It was like exciting and exhilarating, but like, I'm just gonna say right now, girls got pipes. They got pipes. And like, it echoes. It's really loud. I didn't want to film too much of it, and they also had little banners in the beginning, like before the show started, being like, hey, no cell phones, enjoy the show. And I'm like, I get that, but I also like listen, BTS, I have a really bad memory. And like, I'll remember your concert, but I won't remember little details. And so filming it helps me remember little details, and it also like brings back feelings that I want to feel for the rest of my life, because this was the best day of my life. And so like, I'm sorry, but I did film not a whole lot, because I wanted to respect and I wanted to enjoy the concert and, you know, take it in. But like, honestly, I'm glad I filmed.
사소한 말부터 시작이었었다. 내가 너보다 무거워졌으면 속아 좋다는 존재한 점이 없게 너무 욕심내서 맞추려 했을까. 사랑이 없고 이게 사랑이란 단어의 자체를 굳이 바꾸기에 한 필요 있을까. 서로 수족과 같은 카드를 쥐고 있는 반복된 시스템 이제서야 끝을 내보려 해. 지겨운 시스템 누군가 여기서 내려야 돼. 할 순 없지만 우리가 내리지 말고 서로 놓지 말고 그저 마음 가는 대로 질질 끌지 말고 I'm the one I should love.
happen. You know how I was like, oh, I don't want anyone to notice me. Well, I got noticed, I think. Okay, so like, conspiracy. I've said in the past that my bias from BTS is V. I've never said my bias wrecker. I'm going to tell you for the first time in forever, my bias wrecker is JK. Okay? So listen. Nearing the end of the concert. Near the end of the concert. They were doing their little talky speeches and whatnot. And I noticed that he was like staring in our direction, and like the fangirl in me was like, oh, I hope he's staring at me. You know, okay, listen. Kate's listen, I know this is gonna sound ridiculous. It probably didn't happen. My eyes probably deceived me. I'm sure there's lots of things going on. There's no reason why he would look in our direction just to look at me. Like why would he look at me? Why would he, anything? None of it makes sense. As a fangirl, let me have this. So, what had happened was, I noticed he was like looking in our area, and I just was like staring him down because I was like, I'm making eye contact. I know I'm making eye contact. I really hope I'm making eye contact. And he would like, he would look in our direction, but then he would do this whole number where it'd be like, you stare, turn away. Oh, look, I'm looking at something, stare. Oh, look, I'm so distracted, stare. That happened a few times. I thought maybe my eyes were tricking me. Maybe he was just looking in our direction because maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody was holding up a sign behind me. I don't know. I don't know. So this is where like my mind is like, Kate, is this a conspiracy? Like I said, it was like nearing the end. I see that Jin, one of the members, has all of the army bomb rings, which like the thing I showed you, they make little ones in ring form. Anyway, so he was wearing all of them on like one hand, and he was talking to Mike, and so I start laughing, and I lean over to Skylar, and I was like, look, Jin has all of the rings on his finger. Right after I told him that, I looked back to the stage, and I see him look at me, stare, and then he turns and looks at Jin, and then points and laughs. And when that happened, I was like, did he just see me tell Skylar about Jin? Did he just, no way. It gets better. So later, this is like a few hours later, I'm on Instagram looking, reliving all the memories, and I find this. Someone had recorded it happen. You can't see him like looking at me, but you can see him do the thing that I just said, where he's like, look away, look away. And you see him point, and yeah, anyway, that happened. That was the best day of my life. 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 You can, let me have this fangirl moment, okay? All of it could be false. All of it could be false. It probably is false. So to wrap this up, I don't know how my footage came out for you. It may have been terrible, but they were amazing live. They're so talented. Like so talented. I don't know how they are so talented. I do know how they were gifted, and they also put so much work into it. Like I don't think I've ever met or seen anybody that has so much dedication to their craft than these people. Like they deserve everything, and like my heart performed like their new album, they performed older songs on different albums, and they would like split it, so like a song would have like a very similar beat to like another song, so they could like mix it together and like put the dances together. Oh, so good. It was so good. I hope maybe one day that they'll do another world tour and I'll be able to go, and maybe I could have ground floor. I need to stop. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I just know a lot of people are gonna be like, Kate's a fangirl. I'm gonna be like, hey, yeah, I am. Okay, I'm gonna go. You guys have a great day. Goodbye!